What you are looking at are the remnants of a natural disaster which once wreaked absolute devastation across the region, with this pristine landscape a decade after the disaster occurred instead looking like this. In fact, if you had somehow managed to walk 50 miles to the north, west, south, or even east, you would have seen the exact same thing. No life, no trees, maybe a blade of grass or two if you were lucky, but most importantly, the largest field of degassing fumaroles on the planet, comprising tens of thousands of degassing vents which made much of the valley completely toxic to most forms of life. Fast forwarding to the present, while the area has clearly recovered and today merely looks like a peaceful valley with a large open plain, there is a specific reason why there are no large mountains here. You see, there used to be a similar series of rugged mountains here. Then, 764,800 years ago, one of the largest volcanic eruptions to ever occur in the United States happened, causing a 20-mile-long stretch of land to subside by nearly 10,000 feet or 3 kilometers. This subsidence was caused by rock collapsing downwards to fill the empty space in what had previously been a very large and full magma chamber in a complex which is today known as the Long Valley Caldera. So, why is there not still a giant hole in the ground, or at the very least a supermassive caldera lake such as seen at many other large calderas? The answer is that while yes, the ground did subside by up to 3,000 meters or 9,842 feet, the eruption deposits this 6-day-long ultraplinian eruption covered this caldera by up to 1,500 meters or 4,921 feet thick of volcanic rock. And then, in the time since, up to 622 meters or 2,041 feet thick of viscous towering rhyolite lava flows, while at the same time, the center of this caldera has been uplifted by 400 meters or 1,212 feet. While the Long Valley Caldera has not erupted in 16,000 years, it is still considered as an unusual volcano, an active or at the very minimum a potentially active volcano. The reason for this relates to how it behaves differently than most volcanoes, due in part to its magma chamber which holds 1,000 cubic kilometers of magma. Not only does all of this magma create dozens of fumaroles, hot springs, and even occasional geysers, but the Long Valley Caldera was also the site of 2 failed magmatic intrusions in 1980 and 1982. Because of this, it is deemed that there is a low but still technically possible chance that this volcano could generate a small to medium-sized explosive eruption in the next millennia. Such an eruption could create a cinder cone in